Hey guys, we're getting ready to go into the tools of the trade. All right. So I'm going to go over a couple of tools that usually are used in alchemy. All right. So the first tool you probably will want to have is a athame. All right. This is a edged ritual knife, and this is my knife that I purchased. I think I got it on Amazon years and years ago, and I only use it in ritual work. And I only use this particular athame to cut energy. It's only used in work, to cut and scribe in my candles, to cut anything from a plant if I need a herb, something like that. But it is kept on my altar and is never used for anything else, and it's very sharp. Now, in accordance with tradition, athames are black. The handle is black. And it's also used to direct energy and to open and close the doorway to the spellcaster's circle if you cast circles. If there is no athame, a sword or a wand, a branch cut very gently from a tree would suffice, but you have to consecrate it. So get you an athame. And this is another one of my knives that I place on my altar. Is made from ivory, and I have never used it. I always keep it on my altar. Next is the Book of Shadows, also known as a grimoire. And this is the journal in which witches or spiritualists keep a record of the spells they cast, the chants and the invocations they use, the dreams they dream, and any other things that matter are pertinent to their personal magic making, guys. I'm not going to open my book, but this is the front of my book. It is huge, packed full of my rituals, okay? So, and my husband drew on it. He can draw. Oh, yeah. Next. This here is a bowl, and I found this at the thrift store. It has a top. It's very heavy, and I can also burn things in this particular bowl. And bowls are very necessary in your cupboard. Probably to have more than one, okay? So you can use it to keep salt. You can use it to keep water. You can use it to keep anything in hand, herbs for a particular spell. But bowls are great to have. And next would be broomsticks. And they're usually the first thing that people think of when the word witch is mentioned, right? And it is hard to stop a mental picture of a black robed crone zooming across the night sky. Does that not come to your mind? I know, y'all. Broomsticks are traditionally known as basams in the world of witches and spellcasters, and are much more than a fantasy in an imaginary mode of transport. No, you don't get on these. They are used to sweep out negative influences from the area to be used for magic making before it begins. That's the concept of a basam. Candles. Candles are absolutely essential. And I feel like it is almost impossible to make magic without a candle. I have so many different candles, image candles, pillar candles, chime candles, all kinds to do work for myself and other people. Candles are used in literally thousands of spells. Now, efficient makers of magic ensure that they have a large store of them in all sizes and appropriate colors, because I do color magic as well. Before they are used in magic making rituals, candles are often dressed with appropriate essential oils and loaded with herbs to make them more powerful. Y'all, I do 7-day candles dressed and fixed on my site, and I'll send it out to you. So candles are beneficial to have. Now, this is a little small cauldron, and I have a bigger cauldron that I keep outside. But cauldrons, like broomsticks, are another thing that comes to mind on hearing the word witch or spiritualist. They're used to mix lotions and potions, but they don't have to be round. They don't have to be black. My one outside is big and black, but yeah, any suitable heat-proof vessel will do as long as it has been properly consecrated. All right. I burn a lot of incense in the black charcoal disc in this particular one. And I put the herb on top and let it smoke and smolder. And next up would be a chalice. And chalices are vessels for drinking consecrated liquids during magic making, especially when more than one spellcaster is present, if that's what you do. Okay. Some people also use elaborate metal ones studded with semi-precious stones. Others enjoy, like me, the simplicity of crystal or glass, even wood. It's a matter of personal choice. But I keep mine on my altar, okay? And I keep my water refreshed. Next are crystals, and crystals process special powers that can add strength to a spell and are also useful for decorating your altar, okay? Every spellcaster has his or her favorite one, which they know from experience that works well for them. Each crystal has its own power. It's a matter of finding out what works best for you. Next, essential oils, y'all. I keep mine in here. Look at all my oils, honey. And that's not all of them. Now, essential oils are commonly used in spells on their own. They're used to dress candles or added to incense, which is to be burned in the censer. And the censer is just a incense holder, okay? Essential oils are powerful and should never be swallowed or, without one exception, rubbed directly on the skin unless diluted in a suitable carrier oil such as almond oil, olive oil, something like that. Now, one exception that I know about is lavender, which is one of the most popular and often drizzled into a ritual bath to add fragrance to the warm water. Pregnant women should be especially careful when using essential oils. Some can cause adverse reactions that can affect the unborn child. Read and update yourself on essential oils, honey. That's it. That's all on that. Next up, herbs. You want herbs. Y'all look at my herbal apothecary. It's not a game, okay? Herbs are very important for making magic. They're very powerful. They're very needing. And that's all about the work in hoodoo. We use herbs. They can be readily obtained from shops, my shop. Y'all go visit my herbal apothecary, visionsbyvasori.com. That's my plug. And also markets, supermarkets, but many are just as easily grown in a garden or window box if you have that option. Not only is this cheaper, but when they are growing, they're pleasing. They're very pleasing to grow your own herbs. I dry my own rose petals, honey. Herbs can be strewn on a piece of lit charcoal, of course, in your cauldron, and also used to anoint candles as well. They also make wonderful charms carried in a handbag or wrapped in a piece of natural cloth and kept in your pocket. These are my herbs, y'all. Also, incense. They come in various forms, including powder, cone, or stick form. And in magic, it represents the element of air. Child pens. They are used for entering items in the Book of Shadows. Now, like everything else involved in making magic, the pen should be consecrated before use. Some spell makers prefer a quill pen, I have that too, as it gives a continuance of tradition from the days before fountain, ballpoint, and felt tip pens were invented. Also, wands. Wands are great to use in magical works. It is used to draw magical symbols on the ground or in the air to direct energy and call upon the power. It can be made of crystal or from a tree, whatever you attune to. And that is just some tools to use in your magical working. A lot of these items are available in my store, visionsbyvasori.com. Y'all go check it out. Peace.